Blue Mountain Mystery is a fan-favorite Thomas and Friends movie that fans and kids alike really do gravitate towards, and one of the key things that people like was the reintroduction of the narrow gauge engines. When this movie came out, it was hit with a lot of merchandise that was released. Seriously, I think Mattel finally got their wake-up call to see that we like these small guys. But there was one company by the name of Taitao that released a line of plushes that coincided with this movie that really doesn't have a lot of documentation on it. And that's what I'm here to talk about today. I'm Troublesome Junction, and I'm going to bring more light to the Taitao Blue Mountain Mystery UFO Catchers Thomas and Friends set. My look into this line happened when I was on eBay browsing for different Japanese Thomas goods, and this little Skarloey plush caught my attention. It said it was Rare Thomas Skarloey from Japan Claw Machine Blue Mountain Mystery for only $30, and it was a seller in the US selling it. And of course, I was befuddled because I'd never seen this anywhere before, nor have I seen anyone talk about it before. I do what anyone does, go on Google to look more into it, and there was literally nothing on this line. Only thing that came up was a picture of a Sir Handel plush, and that was that. So I did what any virgin would have done. Bought the damn thing. And after days of counting my virgin points, it finally arrived in the mail, and I was finally able to get a look at the touch tag where it said it was made by Taito. And once I looked it up with that name in mind, I still basically found nothing. I found a few more listings of a Sir Handel plush, which I quickly purchased. I found a James plush, a Thomas plush, and a Gina plush. Oh, okay, sure. And besides these handful of images, this is all I could really find on my own. Usually when UFO sets get released in the UFO catchers, they're accompanied by a set sheet. It just shows a display of what you can expect to find in the series. But for these guys, I couldn't find that. But I did reach out to the seller and I asked him if he had any more information on it, and luckily he did. He responded with this. Now we can see the full lineup of characters, which are Skarloey, Renee, Sir Handel, Luke, Thomas, and strangely enough, Boulder. He wasn't in the movie, but as you guys know, I love me some Boulder, so I'm not complaining. The seller did offer to send a picture, but unfortunately, as of the time of voicing over and editing this video, they still haven't done it. And nothing against the seller, they probably got busy, but if they ever do get around to sending it, I will gladly post it on my Instagram at troublesome_junction and give my commentary over it. So, in place of that, have this picture of Smudger being eaten by Reznor. Okay, now let's get into what you all really wanted to see. Let's get into the review of the Skarloey plush, because unfortunately, Sir Handel won't be here for a while. Well, here we have the Warped Archives plushies. By the way, you should check out the trailers for Warped Archives on my channel if you haven't. But here we have the package of the very special Thomas and Friends plush. I have not seen anyone else on YouTube cover this. And, like, it's really interesting to, you know, be one of the first people to actually take a look at it. But here it is out of package. And, you know, it looks identical to that picture of Sir Handel that we had seen on the internet before, because that is the only time I had ever seen this. And it's kind of weird because, you know, you would think that a Thomas and Friends line would have more coverage, but guess it doesn't. It apparently had a tag of the early logo or something like that. And this one, unfortunately, is not tagged, so I can't really compare it. But it is an identical body shape to Sir Handel, has that stupidly long funnel. What is, okay, sure. Plastic dome, this is the kind of thing that you would use when you'd want to make eyepieces for a plush. If I bring over one of my Warped Archives characters right here, use the same kind of button technique that you would use on these. But I do think that that's a very clever use of that. The material that it's made of, I don't know the exact name of it, but it is not a felt material. It's like a woven material that you would usually find on lawn chairs. Only other plush that I have that's made in this material is the GE Sonic the Hedgehog SBO plush, and then the Jakks Pacific's Mighty plush. The shoes on that plush are made of it too. It is a very strange material. It doesn't feel like soft. It feels more like a clothy sponge material, like a bath toy type of thing, but I don't think that this is a bath toy. Very well stuffed. It is like, you know, bulging on the bottom, definitely is packing on the pounds. Looks like a big old dinner roll. The color on him looked a lot more saturated in the pictures, but no, this is like that nice maroon burgundy red color, like nice crimson burgundy color. And I think it looks really nice and very accurate to CGI Skarloey. Strangely enough, he doesn't have a CGI face. He has the paper, quote, illustrations of the Thomas characters, where they had those weird 2D faces. It literally is just like classic series Skarloey merchandise. And the sides on it are made out of vinyl print-on material. This material right here is the bane of my existence, because if you don't take care of it over time, it can crack and break off. All of this detail that you see, the sides, all the pinstripes, the name, and all this, even the face and buffers, that's all vinyl print-on material. And if you don't take care of that material, it does crack over time, and it makes the plush look bad. So I honestly think that they use the materials to their advantage, though. Like, I understand why there is print on vinyl and whatnot, but I do think that it would have maybe fared better if they had made it using fabric, like cut out pieces of felt, because this stuff is just, I hate it. I think I really lucked out that there really isn't anything wrong with this. I mean, the face, if you look here, if you look like here on the face, you can see that it's kind of dirty right here. There's like a little orangish spot. Maybe it got touched in some ketchup or some Cheeto fingers grabbed it. Also noticed on mine, it's kind of slanted down and kind of crooked at the front, but I think that's just of how it was sewn together. And then of course it has a little hang tag on it because it's a keychain plush. But the thing that just baffles me is that there's no documentation on it. So looking at the tag, it was made by Taitao, and I believe they made several things for Pikmin. You know, they've made several plush lines that I am familiar with, but that's all we have is Thomas and Friends, of course. It says Ghislaine Thomas 2013 on there. And it is a really nice... Oh, it says prize only, too. So, yes, this is a UFO catcher plush. I do have several UFO catcher plushes in the Sonic variety, but didn't know that they ever made things for Thomas the Tank Engine. We can deduct the fact that these were prize releases. The common thing that UFO catchers would do is that they would have companies make plushes, you know, for whether it be Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario, or whatever. If there was ever a new game or a movie that they wanted to promote, they would often make plushes in Japan and put them in claw machines as a form of promotion. And this, I guess, is no exception to that. I'm now wondering if there are any other Thomas related ones. Like, imagine if we got a Diesel 10 plush from, maybe for some promotion for, the Magic Railroad or whatever. I think that would be so cool. Fun fact about that, I am currently working on making a Diesel 10 plush that I might be able to mass sell to people. So be on the lookout for that. Just maybe, just maybe. So here's the Bachmann Skarloey next to him, because it's the only Skarloey that I have on hand right now. He is probably, I'd say, around the size of maybe an S-scale engine, maybe. But he's really not that big. It's a tiny thing. Of course, it really wouldn't be too big because it is supposed to be a keychain, you know. I just find it so baffling that there was a plush line made for this movie that I love so much. You know, I already did a movie review on Blue Mountain Mystery, and it's just such a good movie. It is honestly one of the peak things that came out of CGI Thomas, in my opinion. The only complaint that I could honestly say I have is, one, the vinyl print-on material. I hate this stuff so much. You see so many plushes and t-shirts absolutely ruined because of this shit. And then the stupidly long funnel. Like, what? Why did they decide to do that? You could have made it like this big and it would have been fine. But no, they decided to give it this giant fucking dildo-ass funnel. I don't know, it's kind of weird because you'd think they'd opt into going for the shorter one to, you know, make it more cost-efficient. I would go in and cut it down and sew it, since I know a thing or two about sewing things, but I don't want to ruin this plush in any way because there's no documentation on it at all. So I'm honestly really glad that I'm able to at least put on some more information on the table. I got really lucky when I found this. It was on eBay, got it for $30, and that's pretty much the extent of it. Bring it around town one more time. You know, it's really simplistic, but I think it is a very charming little thing to add into a Thomas collection. This guy is going in a very safe home of someone who's going to love and treasure him for years to come. That's all I gotta say. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 4,000 subscribers. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys on the flip side.